Okay, let me get straight to the point. For the past 1 month, Xiaomi 14CV, Moto Edge 50 Pro and now this Realme GT6, there is huge competition under 40,000. I feel this is the new flagship killer territory. So which is the best smartphone you can buy under 40,000? OnePlus 12R, Xiaomi 14CV or the newly launched Realme GT6? Well, the answer is not so simple. This is Pratik, you're watching TechVisor. Let's go! First, let's see what you get in the box with Realme GT6. You get the phone, a soft TPU case, some paperwork, a 120-watt fast charger, Type A to Type C cable and a SIM ejector tool. The phone looks quite similar to just launched Realme GT6T, but there are 3 interesting upgrades with this that you must know. Starting off with the build and design here, the moment you pick up the phone, it feels quite light in the hands. Like it weighs around 200 to 203 grams and I was surprised to know it has a 5500 mAh battery. Then again, it is not as compact as Xiaomi 14CV, but it is not very heavy like OnePlus 12R. Manageable weight. The design over here is minimal with bold cameras. I mean, if you see, there is a chotu mirror in the back. Like, you can adjust your hair and take a selfie in it. Instagram generation. Another thing that I noticed here is the mirror part in the back is a fingerprint magnet here, and even if you slap a case on it, the part is exposed and it is still the same. Now, design choices are subjective. I kind of like the design here. It looks like Robocop. Other than having a good design here, it has a very good display. It also has a 80 LTPO display. Now you'll be like, Pratik, what's an LTPO display and what's this 80 LTPO? So students, in simple words, in the display, there are pixels, right? So each pixel here has 8 transistors in it, which helps to deliver sharper image. But for the end user like you and me, it adjusts the refresh rates dynamically on the screen as per your speed of the finger movement. So see here in the calculator app, as long as I'm typing, the refresh rate is 120 Hz. But as soon as I pick up my finger, it becomes 1 Hz now. See, this variable refresh rate helps to save battery, and if you see side by side with the OnePlus 12R, this switching to 1 Hz is really quick. Now this also has a 6000 nits of peak brightness. Oh my god, it's so bright. So let's test it. So see here, I'm playing the Spider-Man movie on Netflix side by side with the OnePlus 12R, which also has 5000 nits of peak brightness. And if you see brightness, color, sharpness, there's not much of a difference here. And we tried our best to see how high the nits can go. Like we put a flashlight on the sensor to replicate harsh sunlight, and on HDR scene, max it could go was 2300 nits. However, having said that, there is also a peak brightness test in developer options, but we don't have the exact proper equipment to measure that small amount of nits. But overall, the point here is the display of the Realme GT6 is as bright as the OnePlus 12R or any other bright display in this segment. So for build and display perspective, I would say Realme GT6 has flagship killer features here and does what you get in the price range. And in terms of performance, as you can see on paper, it has flagshipy specs. Now, so many smartphones have launched with a Snapdragon 8S Gen 3. In case you don't know, 8S Gen 3 performance lies somewhere between Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 and latest flagship Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. Now we ran the AnTuTu benchmark, which gives an overall score to the phone's CPU, GPU, RAM, etc. And if you see here, it scores around 15 lakhs, which is higher than the Poco F6 or the Xiaomi 14CV or any other Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 phone. We also ran the CPU throttling test, which runs all your CPU cores at 100%, and the graph here is as green as Hulk. Hulk smash! Now, benchmarks and graph don't define how a phone performs in real life scenarios. These days, many people edit their videos on a smartphone. So we compared it with the 14CV, which has similar specs. So we have a 4K video here with a color grade and an overlay added. And when you export the video, the CV does it a bit faster because I think the storage optimization is a bit better here on the CV. Now in gaming, if you see in BGMI, you can play at smooth graphics at extreme plus frame rates, and we got 90 FPS. Even in Genshin Impact, you can play the game at highest setting, 60 FPS, and the gameplay in both the games was good here. No major frame drops or lag as such. Also, I noticed another thing. In the game mode, see there is an option of Geek Power Tuning, and this pushes the CPU cores and the GPU to the max, so you get a smoother experience. There is also a Hyper HDR option. If you turn this on, then the display and the gameplay appears more bright. Also, Realme GT6 supports 120 FPS in BGMI, but as of now, in our unit, it is still 90 FPS, so that update is due. But if you compare, the gaming experience on the GT6 was better than 14CV, as the CV, the side frame slightly heats up, which makes the experience not that good. So overall, from a performance point of view, in this price range, the Realme GT6 does a good job. Now coming to the most awaited part, cameras, and here I was expecting Xiaomi 14CV to win clearly. And on paper, if you see, Realme GT6 also has good specs, and if you see, it clicks good pictures. But when you compare this with Xiaomi 14CV, this was surprising. If you see, the samples of the GT6 look so good here. Let it be the colors, the light control, the sharpness, everything is really on point on the Realme GT6. The camera here has surprised me. as much as the USA cricket team surprised us. And the GT6 clicks some good pictures in the night as well. If you see this picture of the building, if I zoom in onto the board, it looks quite sharp, and the night photo here doesn't have any kind of noise or grain. And in terms of selfies, it disappoints just like Pakistan cricket team disappointed Pakistan. If you see, it has made my skin tone white and has pura over sharpened my face. Overall, it has a really good rear camera and okayish front camera. Now before we get to the conclusion, the Realme GT6 comes with the latest Android 14 out of the box with Realme UI 5, and if I see in special features, you get some AI features here, AI screen recognition and AI smart loop. So see, I'm reading an article and want to share an image. All I have to do is take a screenshot and tap on the extract content option. It will highlight the text and the image. So I'll just tap on this image and drag downside. See, this scroll wheel came up. This is AI Smart Loop, and it's showing the social media and messaging apps I use frequently. So I'll just drag this image to WhatsApp and send it to my friend. And if you go to photos, in the edit option, you get AI eraser now. So I'll just circle around the subject and whoa, it has done a pretty good job here. Also, you get some pre-installed software. Most of them are usable. And if you don't want, you can easily uninstall them. And the good thing is, as of now, there is no hot apps or hot games on the phone. So in terms of bloatware, this is better. For software updates, there is no official declaration as of now, but I'm guessing it has to be 3 years of software updates and 4 years of security updates. And we have been using the phone for about 3 to 4 days now. You get a 5500 mAh battery. So on a single charge with gaming for longer hours, watching movies and scrolling through reels, this lasted me easily more than a day. It also supports 120 watt fast charging, so it can go 0 to 100 in almost half an hour. Charger included in the box. And in case you're wondering, there is no support for wireless charging. Is this the best smartphone under 40,000? See, if you're looking out for a performance-focused smartphone with good cameras under a good budget, then you can consider the Realme GT6. In case if you really want a OnePlus smartphone, then you can consider the OnePlus 12R. And if you're someone who is looking for an overall good smartphone in a handy form factor and want that Leica artistic touch in the photos and videos, then you can get the Xiaomi 14CV. So we just got to know the price of the Realme GT6. The base variant starts at 40,999. On that note, if you like the video, like it. This is Prateek signing off. See you in the next video. Pew pew.